The story officially begins on the night of Christmas Eve, but it is not a cozy winter scene. Instead, we find Wolverine trudging and sloshing around in the dark, dirty, and wet sewer system of New York City. While the rest of his X-Men teammates are back at their comfortable mansion enjoying a massive, festive holiday party, Wolverine explains to himself that he prefers to be completely alone. He is currently on a very serious solo mission, actively hunting down a highly dangerous death machine. Wolverine mentions that his special, heightened mutant senses make him the absolute perfect and best man for this specific tracking job. He also notes that going on this dangerous, dirty mission is the absolute perfect excuse to get far away from all the cheerful holiday celebrations and junk, which he clearly dislikes with a passion. Suddenly, his advanced tracking powers pay off, and he catches the strong, bad scent of danger and trouble nearby in the tunnels. The scene completely shifts gears as we move out of the smelly sewers and over to the bright, chaotic, and stressful offices of the Daily Bugle newspaper. Here, we see Peter Parker standing nervously in front of his angry boss, J. Jonah Jameson. Jameson is aggressively yelling at him, demanding excitement and novelty. Peter is awkwardly holding a truly massive three-tiered pink cake, beautifully decorated with green leaves. Jameson is completely unimpressed by Peter's work already, angrily complaining that Peter is just standing around wasting his highly valuable time and ruining his very expensive carpet. Peter tries to politely explain that he only stops by the busy office because he is on his way to his Aunt May's big Christmas Eve party and needs a favor. He tells his very grumpy boss that he is really hoping to get his paycheck forwarded as an advance for the upcoming new year. Jameson flat out refuses to give Peter any kind of financial advance, aggressively asking if Peter is crazy. He completely insults Peter's recent photography work, calling his pictures cheap tourist snaps that no one wants to see. Jameson lays down a strict ultimatum stating that he will only consider paying Peter if the young photographer brings back a completely unique and exciting photo that he has never seen a million times before. Defeated and sad, Peter walks out of the office, still carefully carrying his giant pink cake. As he passes by the crowded office towards the elevator to leave, Peter feels incredibly excited to surprise Aunt May by showing off on time at her big New Year's party. But he realizes he is too late to be there now. People in the building cheerfully wish him a happy holiday as they leave for the night. We jump back down to the dark, damp sewers, where Wolverine has finally located his mysterious target. It turns out the machine he is hunting is a massive, menacing Sentinel robot. At first glance, Wolverine observes that the huge government-funded robot appears to be completely deactivated, left behind, and powered down in the water. Right at that exact moment, Wolverine makes a phone call to the professor, but on the line is Bobby, who is also known as the icy hero Iceman. Bobby is calling from the X-Mansion and asks Wolverine why he decides to skip out on their really fun holiday party, mentioning that some of the girls there are asking about him. Wolverine brushes off the questions and simply reports that the dangerous Sentinel is deactivated. He decides not to officially report an emergency to Professor X because he knows it would instantly ruin the festive party mood for the rest of his friends. However, the very moment he confidently hangs up the phone, the Sentinel's glowing eyes suddenly flash on, revealing that the giant machine is actually fully operational and ready to attack. The giant robot immediately launches a sudden and brutal physical attack, loudly punching Wolverine and sending him flying backward through the sewer water. Wolverine confidently brushes off the heavy attack, explaining to the reader that his entire skeleton is laced with a super strong, indestructible metal called adamantium. He notes that this metal, combined with his mutant healing powers, makes him virtually impossible to destroy. Wolverine aggressively demands that whoever is cowardly hiding inside the robot reveal themselves and fight him face to face. To Wolverine's complete shock, the person piloting the giant weapon of destruction is an older, bearded man dressed exactly like Santa Claus. The man explains his tragic villain origin story. He proudly states he is the top Santa at a local department store for 15 straight years. However, the store's management cruelly fires him last Christmas, simply because they feel he is getting too old and obsolete. Now, fueled by deep anger and madness, this rogue Santa plans to use his newly found shiny robot friend to completely destroy Fifth Avenue and get his ultimate holiday revenge. Wolverine is not amused in the slightest, popping his sharp metal claws and warning the evil Santa that he will have to go through him first. Meanwhile, up on the busy, freezing city streets, Peter Parker is having a truly terrible time trying to travel to his destination. The sidewalks are completely packed with rushing crowds, and the street traffic is completely backed up for miles. Peter complains that finding a helpful taxicab in this massive mess is completely impossible. He is still carefully carrying his huge, heavy pink cake and knows he is going to be incredibly late for his Aunt May's big party, imagining scenarios where he constantly apologizes to her. Desperate to save time and completely avoid the awful street traffic, Peter decides that he needs to take a completely different, much faster route across the city that is never crowded. Realizing he has absolutely no other choice to make it on time, Peter changes out of his normal clothes and into his iconic Spider-Man costume. He begins swinging high above the crowded streets, continuing to hold the giant, delicate dessert in one hand while expertly shooting webs with the other. People on the ground look up and are amazed to see Spider-Man swinging by with a massive cake. Spider-Man happily jokes to the onlookers below that he is just providing a friendly neighborhood catering service and warns them not to try this dangerous stunt at home. He starts feeling very optimistic, thinking that if he can just safely make it to his aunt's house with the cake and also snap a quick action photo while he is out, he can finally get paid by his angry boss. But his good mood is instantly ruined when his special spider sense suddenly triggers a warning in his head. Before he can properly react to the hidden danger, out of nowhere, Wolverine is thrown toward him from below and crashes onto the roof. The story quickly shifts back to the intense, loud battle happening up in the city. Wolverine is furiously fighting the giant, Santa-piloted Sentinel robot. Wolverine is shouting in pure anger as he slashes his claws at the massive machine. Right nearby on a high ledge, Spider-Man is sitting down, completely ignoring the giant, noisy robot fight happening below him on the streets because he is so deeply saddened and depressed. He has to once again miss being on time for Aunt May, just like every year. This time again, he is fighting the bad guys to save the city and sacrificing his personal priorities. Wolverine gives the crazy Santa pilot one final, very serious warning, explicitly stating that his sharp claws can easily slice right through the robot's thick titanium steel armor like a hot knife through soft butter. He firmly warns the Santa that he is in a really bad mood today and should not have his buttons pushed. The angry Santa completely ignores Wolverine's threat, singing a twisted holiday song, and brutally swats the mutant away with a massive robot hand. Wolverine is sent flying violently through the air and openly admits that despite having an indestructible skeleton, this is going to hurt him really bad, while angrily complaining about the annoying fact that he always seems to end up getting beaten up by giant rogue robots right on Christmas Eve. Spider-Man finally joins the serious action, gracefully swinging in right next to Wolverine as he falls through the air. Trying to lighten the very tense mood, Spider-Man jokes that Wolverine smells absolutely terrible, comparing him to the gross East River. Wolverine completely dismisses the funny joke and responds with a very grumpy, festive insult aimed at Spider-Man. The two completely different heroes decide to formally team up against the giant holiday threat. They stand together on a rooftop ledge, watching the rogue, laid-off department store Santa continue his destructive rampage inside the machine. Wolverine wants to waste absolutely no time. He pops his sharp claws and intends to aggressively leap right onto the giant robot to begin furiously tearing it apart. But Spider-Man is thinking about getting some good photos of the situation. If he installs some hidden cameras all around for his angry boss, he can have some extra money and enjoy Christmas in a very normal way. Unfortunately, during the incredibly wild and chaotic scuffle, the heavy machine completely steps on and tries to flatten the 3-floor expensive pink cake. Spider-Man watches in horror as the dessert is about to be destroyed, but he saves it in time. The chaotic, dangerous fight spreads much further into the heavily crowded city streets. While Wolverine bravely handles the brutal physical force of fighting the robot, Spider-Man quickly jumps into action to rescue innocent civilians who are trapped right in the path of the giant machine's destruction. After successfully ensuring all the bystanders and kids are safe from being crushed by the stomping robot, Spider-Man realizes this is the absolute perfect opportunity he is waiting for all day. He takes a quick moment during the crazy fight to pull out his camera and snap several dramatic front-page action photographs of the rampaging robot and Wolverine. He deeply hopes these incredible pictures will finally satisfy his very demanding boss and get him that cash advance. The intense, ongoing battle takes a very serious toll on Wolverine, who openly struggles to keep his wild, dangerous, animal-like instincts under complete control. The massive, heavy Sentinel completely ignores the damage it is taking and continues to loudly stomp through the city area. Inside the cockpit, the rogue Santa pilot continues to loudly complain about how incredibly unfairly he is treated when the store fires him just for being old. Spider-Man, actively listening to the old man's very sad story while dodging debris, actually suggests to Wolverine that they should maybe slow down and show the angry villain a little bit of kind holiday compassion since he got a raw deal. Wolverine is thrown out of the way into a building through a window. Santa asks Spider-Man to hold his stockings and say his prayers as he is about to make a final blow. Spider-Man's polite request for mercy completely falls on deaf ears. Wolverine completely loses his temper, gives in, and goes into a terrifying, screaming berserker rage. He viciously and relentlessly attacks the Santa, easily tearing through its thick outer armor with his claws. The Santa pilot inside the cockpit begins to panic and sweat as he watches Wolverine in beast mode, who is completely all over him. Watching the incredibly violent and scary display, Spider-Man makes a very dark joke, questioning out loud if Wolverine is actually planning to literally disembowel Santa Claus right in the middle of New York City on Christmas Eve. To stop Wolverine, Spidey throws his cake to Wolverine to stop him, making a big sacrifice for the day. With the giant, dangerous robot finally destroyed and taken down, the city police arrive on the chaotic scene to safely arrest the angry, rampaging Santa. Wolverine takes a quiet moment to sincerely thank Spider-Man for stepping in and handling the crazy situation so well. Spider-Man mentions that he is still heading out to his family holiday party in Queens and very politely offers Wolverine a friendly invitation to come along. Wolverine quickly turns down the nice invitation, saying that kind of thing is not his speed, and promises that he will swing by the mutant headquarters and have a couple of rounds of eggnog left there. Before they completely part ways in the cold, silent, snow-covered alleyway, with soft flakes continuing to fall gently around them and the distant city lights casting long shadows on the ground, Wolverine pauses and firmly, almost solemnly, takes Spider-Man aside. His expression is serious. Looking Peter straight in the eye, he makes it absolutely clear that what just happened between them, the intense fight, the unexpected alliance, and everything they witnessed together, must remain a complete and total secret. Not a single word of it should ever be spoken to anyone. The story then gently transitions to later that same evening, where the atmosphere could not be more different. Peter has finally made his way to Aunt May's warm and inviting holiday gathering, the cozy house glowing with soft lights and filled with the comforting sounds of laughter, chatter, and festive music. To his massive relief, the many party guests, especially May, are absolutely thrilled with the delicious cake dessert he brings for them, praising how moist and lovely it is. As the evening unfolds, filled with laughter, stories, and the warmth of togetherness, Peter slowly finds himself relaxing. Yet, amidst all the celebration, he takes a quiet and serious moment for himself, stepping slightly away from the crowd. Standing near a window, he looks out at the softly falling snow, his thoughts drifting back to the chaos of the night. He reflects deeply on everything that happens: the fight, the unexpected partnership, and the strange bond formed in such a short time. He thinks warmly of his absent friends, those who cannot be there with him, and feels a quiet sense of gratitude for the people in his life. And somewhere in that moment of reflection, with a faint, thoughtful smile, he silently sends a wish into the night, hoping that wherever he is, Wolverine finds some peace, and wishing him a very Merry Christmas from afar. The comic ends on an absolutely hilarious and amazing epilogue sequence. Peter is shown relaxing on his couch, talking on the telephone with his boss, Mr. Jameson. Jameson is incredibly happy because the photos Peter delivers are a massive front-page success. However, Jameson completely ignores the cool action shots of the giant robot fight. Instead, he chooses to publish a deeply embarrassing private photo that Peter accidentally leaves on the camera roll. The front page of the Daily Bugle newspaper features a ridiculous, highly embarrassing picture of Wolverine standing inside the X-Mansion kitchen, wearing a tall chef's hat and a cooking apron, clearly baking. The massive newspaper headline proudly exposes the dangerous Tough Mutant's completely secret holiday cooking hobby to the entire world. Peter warns Jonah that this may hurt someone, referring to Wolverine. In the very final panel, we see Wolverine standing on a snowy rooftop just above Jonah's office, holding a snowball, ready to hit him. He is absolutely furious about the embarrassing photo being leaked and angrily prepares to hunt Spider-Man down for his ultimate revenge, stating that things are about to get very heavy.